My soul has been anchored in the Lord. One of the things that has to be understood is that after the police finish gathering their evidence from the crime scene is wrapped up and then it is sent to us. When we get the loved ones in and we roll you, bathe you, plug holes, plug the bullet holes so you don't leak, we see the crime up close and personal. And a lot of it is senseless. Well, the violence on the street that overflows into the funeral service puts the funeral home in a position where now we have to provide security for our staff. We have to try to provide security for the church and all family members in attendance. So here's a thought, here's an idea. Come down here to the funeral home, make these arrangements. Sit down and make arrangements for your homegoing celebration, your life last celebration, your accomplishments, all your loved ones. Pick out the casket. After that process of making arrangements, you walk out the door with a different perspective. It looks a lot different when you attend the funeral versus attending the funeral and know exactly what it took to get this funeral to where it is. You got little bad kids that you can't really get a hold of and get out the streets. Bring them down here to the funeral home. Let them go through the process. See what it's like to pick out a casket. See what it's like to sit here and imagine yourself. This is your casket. This is your obituary. This is what these are your pallbearers. Let's get all of this lined out now. And having that discussion should make you think about your next step and how you move, on the streets.
This is the final call. This is the curtain is coming down. This is it. So I think it's very important that especially the young people come in and see exactly the reality of making funeral arrangements and what it all entails. What I have to do when I'm preparing a loved one is this loved one is my loved one as well. And I want to treat this loved one the same way I would want somebody else to treat my loved one. So when they come in, we treat them with love, honor, respect, and dignity, and we take time with that body to make sure that all the trauma has been concealed, because we don't want anything to be revealed that the family can see, and it gives them more trauma. You don't want that.
Spatula.
A stab wound victim, so each victim is different. Even though, yes, those who have passed away in a violent manner, they must go through the autopsy process, and then once that is taken care of, they're in our care. So now we are at the point where we have to assess the trauma. Once the proper procedures have been taken, then you're able to present that loved one to the family without them seeing that trauma that has to be concealed.
So they have two families?
We haven't had the actual violence, but we have had the presence of the police department at services. Inside the funeral, outside the funeral, along the procession, to prevent or stop anything from happening. So that's as far as we've gone, and we don't want to go no further. We don't even want to be in that space.